prophecy of 2012 is a large interdimensional coordination program. 2004 to 2012 means that we have 8 years down to the wire. What does the 2012 mean? The Declaration of Planetary Emergency on behalf of the World Shift 2012. Actual global planetary interest is if we are to survive well into this present century. We can go in together and through a critical mass mind, a critical minority transformation of our species and our planet.
Hello, my name is Drumbalo Melchizedek, and you and I are here on the earth having an experience that is not very comfortable for most of us. We have a world that is in war, there is pain, there is disease, there is people starving to death, a world that is uncaring. Humanity is looking to the Maya to understand this date of December 21st, 2012 that is emphasized within the Mayan calendar. Today, I will translate into the language of the modern world what the Mayan people themselves have to say about 2012. And if I err, I'm sure the Mayan Council will let both of us know, but they did give me authority to speak. Everything it knew is about to change, and a completely new world is about to emerge. You're probably wondering why a white man is standing here authorized to speak for the Mayans. In about 2003, the Hunbatsman asked me to come in, and we began to do ceremony in ways that was much, much deeper, involving tribes from all over the world at this point, and where I began to understand their ceremonies and what this meant, because I didn't really understand what ceremony meant at that point. It wasn't until just recently, until 2007, that the actual president of the entire Mayan nation came to me. But if you think that technology is going to save you from what Mother Earth is about to bring to humanity, and if the Maya are correct, then you're in for a hard surprise. The Maya have predicted that as we approach 2012, humanity will enter into chaos on a very deep level.
The indigenous peoples of the Americas left a body of prophecy that announced the end of time. We're looking now at the coca leaf readings and the destiny readings all the way to 2012. A lot of change happening between now and the year 2012. There will be storms, there will be windstorms, there will be fire. The coca is turned backwards. There will be fires raging through the earth. There will be hurricanes, there will be storms, there will be terrible imbalance. The coca says that the world is turned upside down. The coca is turned upside down. The coca leaves are saying that there will be natural disasters, there will be storms, there will be upheavals, because that's the only way that humanity can learn. The prophecies of 2012 among the Inca, and everyone focuses on them slightly differently. The Inca say that in December 21st, 2012, the time will end. We will come to the end of time as we know it. What happens on December 21st is that all of these gears, the very, very big ones and the very, very small ones, all line up. And a new cycle of time begins again. Humanity is going to end, or that the world or the earth is going to end, but the time will end. The time will end.
This mass suicide adhered to the Mayan calendar, which predicts the end of time to occur on the 21st of December of this year. This year.
¿Y cómo surgió esta información? ¿Cómo empieza a nacer? ¿Desde cuándo se llegó a saber que hay algo de acontecimiento en el año 2012?
So since when all this expectation began, since when we know that something's going to happen in the 2012?
Empezó en los años 75, 70, cuando había muchos problemas en Centroamérica de guerras y problemas de la naturaleza.
Everything began in the years 1970, 1975, during the wars in Central America, and they began to have several problems in the nature here in this region.
Nosotros también estamos a las expectativas con temor de que no sé qué va a pasar.
Now we are, many people is nowadays in the expectation with the fear of what is going to happen.
Y desafortunadamente, honestamente, decir la verdad, no hemos podido entender lo escrito en los códices.
That honestly speaking, we haven't been able to understand what is written in the codexes.
Dejando este mensaje que tomen gran miedo al mundo.
So I am here with you, giving you this message right now is not to be afraid and take this message, spread it throughout the world.
Al llegar ese tiempo es igual como el cambio de año nuevo. Hoy es 31 de diciembre, mañana 1 de enero, feliz año nuevo. Y así vamos a hacer cuando llegue ese día.
Not to be afraid to this change of time, because when that day comes, it's just assume that it's the end of the year and you have like a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. It's just a change.
Porque no es la primera vez que pasa.
Because it's not the first time that this will happen. This will occur before.
Y no tengan miedo, mis hermanos.
Don't be afraid, my brothers and sisters.
No crean todo lo que dicen estos hombres mentirosos que no son mayas, vienen a atemorizar al mundo.
And don't believe all the things that you hear from all these people who are threatening the world.
Muchas gracias. Ojalá que les sirvan mis mensajes, que no tengan miedo.
So thank you again, and I hope that my messages will be useful to you, and do not be afraid once again.
Aquí está con ustedes una autoridad del Consejo Nacional de Ancianos Mayas, Chincas y Garifun de Guatemala, y es presidente del Consejo Continental de Ancianos Indígenas de América. Muchas gracias.
With you, in authority of the Maya National Council of Elders.
Hi, my name is David Morrison. I'm a space scientist at NASA Ames Research Center. For the last 2 years, I've been answering hundreds of questions from the public about 2012 and the supposed threat to Earth. And so now I want to take a chance to talk to some of you more directly. There is no threat to Earth in 2012. There is no danger. All of the talk about a doomsday is a big hoax perpetuated on the internet and with people trying to make money. So please don't worry about it. Let me talk about some of the specific things. There's been a lot of talk about a Planet X or Nibiru as a giant planet that's going to hit the Earth or at least come very close in December 2012. Simple fact is Nibiru does not exist. Aside from worrying about the weird places the ideas came from, all you have to do is ask the astronomers. If Nibiru or Planet X were going to come into the inner solar system in 2012, astronomers would have been tracking it for the last decade, all over the world, amateur as well as professional, and it would be visible now to the naked eye. It's not there. It's a no-show. There's nothing to worry about some object coming and striking the Earth or damaging us. There's also been concern about a so-called galactic alignment, because in December of every year, the sun is roughly in the direction of the galactic center as seen from Earth. This happens every year. It really doesn't mean anything, and there's nothing special about 2012. If you're not worried about December 29, don't worry about December 2012. In fact, alignments, although it may sound scary to some people, are just not an issue for scientists. There are no special forces when planets align or the sun aligns. It's sort of a curiosity, but not something of real scientific interest. There's also been concern that somehow the Earth's poles are going to flip. No one quite explains how this could happen, and if you're talking about the rotation pole of the Earth, that can't change. It never has and never will. Some people, however, are concerned about the change in the magnetic polarity, a shift of the North and South Pole, which does take place every few 100,000 years. But there's no reason to think it will happen in 2012, and actually no evidence that it would do any harm to us, even if it did happen. Some people couple this with ideas of solar outbursts, of flares, or coronal mass ejections, which could do great damage to the Earth. Well, the solar maximum takes place every 11 years, and occasionally there is some damage to satellites in orbit. And we see bright aurora or northern lights here, but very little real damage is done. And there's no solar maximum predicted in 2012. The next solar maximum is predicted for the spring of 2013, and it's actually anticipated that it will be much lower than usual. Again, all this 2012 talk is just a hoax. It's a fake. It's nothing you should worry about. I get questions from many people who are really scared, even some young people who have said they're contemplating suicide, this sort of thing. It's really sad. And the point of my talking to you now is just to explain to you that there is no problem there, and that the many things you see on the internet and YouTube where people claim that there is some horrible threat about to descend on us are not true. Don't worry about 2012 and enjoy 2013 when it comes.